I got stuck behind a fucking Ford Freestyle
Did
yesterday.
you? Because we're on the podcast.
We're on the Welcome to the Drive Time Podcast. I'm Alfred Barnes.
And I'm Parker Brown.
More sober than the last time.
More sober than... All right, should we just get right into that?
Yeah, let's get right into it.
So,
also, welcome to Season 3 of the Drive Time Podcast.
This is Season 3. If this was Game of Thrones, this is the second best season. It would end in the Red Wedding.
Yep.
What would our Red Wedding be? Would that
I think it's just us drunk driving into a bay listening to White Wedding by Billy Idol.
Right. I like that. You know what song I've been listening to? All right, we'll get into the drunk stuff, but real quick.
Yeah.
You know what song I've been listening to a ton? Have you ever heard Aqualung by Jethro Tull?
Yeah.
You can turn right here, I'm pretty sure.
It says no turn on red, but all right, I'll go.
I think there's a time thing.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Any camera?
Yeah, that's a good song. You know what song I was listening to on the drive down that rocks?
Sitting on a park bench. Dude,
he was kind of like the original, I shouldn't say original, but like kind of like early prog a little bit.
It is. Jethro Tull is a little prog, but I almost always absolutely fucking despise prog.
Yeah. Well, there's pretentious prog and then there's good prog, I think.
Yeah. I think the good prog is very small and the pretentious prog is everything except for literally Jethro Tull and Working Man by, what are they called? That's what they call me, the Working Man. What's that one band? Lock Me Up. The lead singer sounds like a woman, but it's a dude.
Rush.
Rush.
Yeah.
People used to play Rush all the time. They're like, Rush's drummer is so good. It's like, well, that sucks that he's in that band then. Probably should have been in a different band. You found a fucking falsetto singer and like...
Although his mind is not
Yeah. Except for the song Working Man, which I still play on the way to work sometimes.
You got to. It just gets you in the head. It gets you in the mindset. I feel the same way about Dolly Parton's 9 to 5. Even though I don't work a 9 to 5.
Right.
Working. No, dude, I was speaking of women singers. Right. I was listening to Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar on the drive down.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of those songs you're like, I know how that song sounds. But then there's this nasty guitar solo at the end that's like...
Oh, is there?
Oh, it just shreds.
Okay.
It just...
that is fun when you... Yeah. It doesn't matter. Everyone down here drives.
Just rolling through a red light, casual.
All right. I was driving to... something we'll talk about later yesterday.
Okay.
Down that street. Some guy cuts across my car as like the light turns green.
Dirty dog.
So like the guy in front of me is like I have space to go, and the guy like is walking in front of me. So I like give him like a little tap on the horn, and he looks at me, and he like gives me a what did I do? And I'm like, you like. This isn't a crosswalk. I fucking called him like 3 different expletives, and then he got so mad at me. He got so mad. You've won when you make the other person more mad than you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's what we call a W. If
that's the thing that like I've learned is like if the other guy's just like you have a nice day, like you're like fuck. I'm too angry. Like fuck. But if like the other guy gets more mad than you. You kind of win. All right, let's talk about last time we did the pod.
And the reason there wasn't an episode this past Monday.
Right. So you guys might know that are listening. I had been on a little bit of a diet. A little bit of
a reprieve.
A reprieve. I hadn't been drinking. I hadn't been eating. And last Sunday, I decided, I woke up and So the previous night, right, I had gone to the liquor store and got fuck this guy. Fucking idiot.
Turn lane only going straight, whatever.
Yeah, always love it. But the previous night, I had gone to...
the liquor store?
I went to the liquor store.
Just window shopping?
When I got home.
Okay. And
bought like a really nice bottle of red wine.
Why?
I don't know.
What was the catalyst for this
I don't
purchase?
know. And I opened it that night and drank like half of a glass and then went to sleep.
And as soon as you took a sip, Back in the Saddle by Aerosmith started playing in the background.
But, no, I had been drinking, like, the night before. When I said I got back home, wasn't driving, too, FYI. We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, Parker's cut back substantially on the inebriated driving.
Not that we ever did it in the first place.
We never did.
That was always a bit. That was always a character we were playing.
Yeah.
But what the fuck was that? What the fuck is that sound? It sounded like the Batman soundtrack. So I drank like half a glass of wine. So I had this open bottle of red wine when I woke up the next morning that was like going bad. You know, they only last for like a day. You know what I mean? So I woke up and I was like, oh, I gotta drink this wine or else it'll go bad.
Classic healthy decision making. I woke up and I was like, well, time to drink.
And then I was like, so I drank that bottle of wine, and then I went to brunch. Comedy brunch.
Not a real thing, but go ahead.
No, it is a real thing. That is a real thing. There's a comedian's brunch every Sunday at Bayside Cantina in Fells Point. If anyone would like to come, you're more than invited. Like we could have gone today.
We could have, but
we didn't.
Yeah.
But they have bottomless mimosas, and I'll tell you this, Al. I found the bottom. Okay.
He was drilling for oil in these things, and he bottomed out.
And then some people came over to my house, and I also had like a box of Pinot Noir that we were just pouring out. So all in all, I probably had that day probably close to like I think like all told, I had over 20 glasses of wine,
which is crazy. What the French call a regular day.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was French, it would be perfectly normal.
Yeah.
But because I'm an American, right, you know. But no. So then I was supposed to hang out with Al, and we did hang out, but we were supposed to do a podcast, and I was pretty inebriated. I was pretty smashed at that point.
Oh, the listeners know.
Oh, they know. They know. So that's the explanation.
No, but it was it's all good. It gave us a little week off.
Yeah.
Now we're bouncing back again with season 3, conveniently timed out with the same amount of episodes as the first season.
Right.
What we're calling the first season had. Not that we really have seasons. It's really just us barreling through life. You know.
Right. I like seasons though.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like a season though.
Yeah. Me too. So this is season 3.
Gives us, it gives us some like pattern recognition type behavior to it. You know.
I mean, granted, we go a little slower through seasons now because our first season we were dropping 2 a week.
Don't get all the way over, but just get 1 over right here. Right. Follow the path and get 1 over. 1 over.
1 over. Dodge Charger not happy with me.
Not happy. That's
but
fine.
yeah. Oh, dude, I played the front 9.
Get 1 over again.
I played the front 9.
I didn't know you golf.
I was doing a little golfing yesterday, and I'm not very good.
Yeah.
But what
is that? Did you see that? Is that like a little bag?
Oh yeah, it's just a bag in the road.
Okay. Sorry, keep going. The front 9.
Yeah, no, I was just playing the front 9 because I had to go to a show out in the middle of fucking nowhere in Pennsylvania last night.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I'll come play the front 9, and we were on this hole, on only a 165-yard hole. All right,
okay. Is that not a lot?
It's not a lot. You're generally getting 300 to 400 is your 400.
Oh wow, so this is like a 3 par 3. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's a par 3, right?
But you could get on the green from driving, maybe.
So here's driving. You should be able to drive like 200 to 300 yards if you're really good at, or like probably 200 some yards if you're good at golf. Like the professionals can do like 300, but most people.
Yeah.
But I pull out the driver, and the one guy I'm golfing with is like, this is only 165 yards. You're not using a driver for this. And I was like, hey buddy, I'm not very good at driving. And he's like, whatever. He gets out his iron, shanks it. And then
of course.
I go up with my driver. I get it 3 foot from the green.
Oh, my God. Hell
he
yeah.
He was so pissed. I was like, hell yeah.
I would have been talking so much.
Oh, I did.
Because
no, sorry. He went after me, and he was like, holy shit. And I was like, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with your little iron.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's see how it goes.
He shanked it, and I was like, huh.
Where's your ball again? Where'd it go?
Yeah, it's in the brook over there.
Yeah.
But it was a big moment for me because we were playing best ball. So they're like, well, we're playing Al's ball. I was
best ball is good. I've only been golfing like 1 time.
We should go.
Awful. I'm like I thought because I played I was okay at like pool for some reason.
Yeah.
I thought that would translate to golfing.
Very similar games.
And I'm okay at putting.
Yeah, me too. That's kind of what I brought to the table.
But like driving, I just can't. I like power versus control. Like I just can't hit it hard, and like good at the same time. Ooh.
We should do.
We got some squeegee boys coming in.
We've also got a Baltimore cow. Should we interview a squeegee boy?
No.
Yeah,
no,
you're probably right. You're probably right. You're probably right.
Wave them off.
You're probably right.
You'd have to give them money. Do you have any change?
I don't.
No.
I don't have much. But no, we should go golfing. Do a little drive time on a golf cart.
Oh, that would be awesome. Golfing is a great sport because it's pretty much just drinking with a sport built up around it.
Yeah.
I used to have a bit where I said I thought the beverage cart came like before the rest of golfing.
Yeah. They figured out, they were like, all right.
Like a carriage that would just drive around Scotland.
They're like, all right, guys, so we got this cooler and we got this cart. But we can't just drive.
Wait, no, go straight. Go. Oh, fuck.
The thing says to go left.
Yeah, this is the part where it fucking sucks.
I gotcha.
I don't know. I think it wants you to turn right at some point. Am I wrong?
Yeah. Up here at this building. You're right. You're right, Parker. You're right. But yeah, no. I just imagine somebody. They were driving around a car and they're like, well, we can't just drive around with beer in our car.
Right. Exactly.
But what if?
What if we
hit a ball with a stick?
Yeah.
Like, God damn it, you've broken the code.
Also, like golfing does seem like a sport that, like, it doesn't make any sense that it exists. Like soccer, you can imagine people, like, kicking around a ball and then trying to make a sport out of it. You know what I mean? Football, kind of the same thing. But, like, there's no way, like, there's no in-between for golfing. You know what I mean? There's no, like, oh, it started out as people, hitting, like, a tiny acorn with a stick or some shit. It's like, you have to have, like, the whole course and stuff.
Yeah, I think golfing's always been golf.
Right.
Like, rules have changed in other sports, like even baseball and football and stuff like that. I think golf, they've always been like, yeah, you're going to use this club and try to get the ball in the hole.
Who the fuck where does the club come from? And you go, oh, it's a club, like a battle club, but it doesn't look anything like a real club.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Hercules used to use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, not like that kind of club.
Right.
But also not like a club where you party at.
Exactly.
It's this intermediate between the two.
Yeah.
But no, so this is something I was going to talk about it last time we recorded, but there was other things going on.
Right, exactly.
So when I was driving down, I stopped to get gas, and when I get out of my car, I see somebody's government state ID is laying on the ground. And I was like, oh, I'm going to take this inside.
Wow.
This is, somebody might come back looking for it. But I take a peek at it, and I don't feel bad saying the full name of this person because it's a ridiculous name. All right, on this government, oh, Jesus Christ. You
can go around.
Government issue ID, this woman's name is Rachel Raspberry Rush.
Raspberry is her middle name?
Last name, Raspberry.
Raspberry Rush?
Yeah, Raspberry is her middle name, but it's with an I instead of a Y at the end.
That does sound like a smoothie.
Rachel Raspberry Rush.
Can I get a Raspberry Rush?
Yeah. Let me get the Barnes Blueberry Blitz. That's my name.
Yeah.
Like, but so I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, then I was like, this is ridiculous. But whatever, I'll take it in. So I take it into the guy, and he goes, oh, she was here earlier. She was in a car accident. And I was like, what? And there was like some shrapnel from a car accident.
What?
But there weren't any cars, but there was shrapnel. And then I'm like...
So this like fell out of her wallet?
I guess, but it was like by the gas pump. It wasn't out on the road.
Right.
So I like, I'm like, okay, whatever. Damn, there's an empty bottle of Espolòn sitting there on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Might have been Rachel's. But
welcome to Baltimore City, baby.
At least they got good taste.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
So anyway, I'm like talking to this dude, and I was like, whatever, I'm just getting a drink. And so I get my drink, and then I go to check out, and he's like, oh my God, there she is. And this woman who looks a lot worse than her profile, or worse than her ID picture, disheveled, clearly not sober. I don't know what kind of not sober, but clearly not sober, comes stumbling in, and
I feel like I can't make fun of anyone for not being sober, especially last weekend. But sorry, keep going.
No, it's fine. But she comes stumbling in, and he's like, yeah, there she is. He's like, she was in a car accident. I was like, oh shit. And he's like, yeah. And then he went, she's very drunk. And then he went, and like clicked his tongue.
yeah, just like such like a disappointed father.
I know. And then he had like this stack of like,
just FYI.
He had this stack of munchie food, and he's like, she bring this up, but she doesn't pay. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And he's like, I give her as many waters as I can, but she's fucked up. And then I was telling Jackie,
that's awesome.
I know. It's so
also,
funny.
why is this guy talking like Tarzan too? Was this guy Tarzan?
I'm trying to be cautious with the accent.
Yeah. I feel you.
But so all this shit happens, and I'm telling Jackie about it later. her, and she's like, what's also crazy is it's a state ID. And I was like, you're right, she didn't even have a fucking license, and she's drunk driving and crashing at like...
Oh, I thought you meant like she worked with the government and...
No. Like,
sorry, work for the government,
yeah, like
not with the government.
Sorry, like the real ID, the Maryland, like...
Oh, I thought you meant like she was like she worked in like the state legislature or some shit.
No, but I can't wait until Senator Raspberry Rush comes walking across the stage. Dude, I'll show you the ID. I took a picture of it because it's the craziest name I've ever seen in my life. Rachel Raspberry
awesome.
Rush.
Rachel Raspberry Rush.
But yeah. Anyway, while we're driving, let's talk about your victory yesterday.
Oh, so for those that don't know, last night your boy was in the final round of the funniest person in Delmarva comedy competition. And just so you know, too, you want to get all the way over to your left.
All right.
Because it's a left exit. And it will split at some point, and you can't get over anymore. But your boy Parker Brown, he made it through 4 stages of competition. Sorry, 3 stages. This was stage number 4. And yeah, had a good set and took home the win.
He brought it home. Beat out some good comics too.
Yeah, I mean, we had
really
like
good
Bill
comics.
Monahan, we had Bam Jacobs on there, and some other comics too.
Yeah, some other good ones. Some
good.
names you guys know.
But no, I had come. What was cool was I'd done it like 3 or 4 years ago, and I came in 3rd. And a lot of the people got mad at me because they didn't think I like deserved 3rd or whatever because it was like decided by judges.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of people were like Parker did not have a good set. Like I heard them talking about me because they didn't know who I was really. They're like, that guy did not have a good set. And I'm like, yeah, I did. So this is kind of vindication. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck them. That's what we say on the Drive Time podcast.
But yeah. It was a big prize pool too, so I was very happy about that.
Oh yeah, it was a big old chunk. You guys, if you look on Parker's Instagram, he's holding a fat wad of cash.
So it was $1,000 paid out in $2 bills.
$2 bills. So that means he has 500 $2 bills for
Dude,
those
so
of you.
this guy too, a lot like 600 of them are sequential, right? This guy too came up to me after the show and he goes, "Those bills that are sequential, they're worth $250 each." And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, you take that to a gold or silver exchange, they'll pay $250 per $2 bill." I'm like, What are you talking about?
Because
gold
they're sequential?
I have no idea. I don't know what he was talking about. I'm thinking of taking it to a gold or silver exchange.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
maybe that deserves a little Google in your future.
But also, I really don't want to like carry around this wad of money that much.
Right.
Too.
I did that one time.
Very anxiety driven.
Yeah.
Carrying around like a bunch of money like that.
It would be funny if you paid like several $1,000s for an armored truck to take your $1,000 to the bank.
Right.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what would be great is if you drove one of those armored trucks and then one day you're just like, this is my last day. I'm just going to take whatever's in here. That's why they drive in pairs. It's just so that like one guy can't, you know.
Oh, that does make sense.
Yeah.
I saw one, though, the other day at the Royal Farms in Westminster. This guy was unloading the ATM, didn't have a gun, didn't have pepper spray or anything. I was like, all right, this seems like maybe not a great system. Just by himself, standing in the middle of Royal Farms, unloading the ATM.
How jacked was he?
Not very. He's pretty out of shape, to be honest.
Pretty out of shape? Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, get over.
You right. Try not to kill us. Hey, that Audi did the same
I
thing.
told you to get over in the left.
I was in the left. No. The left.
You were in the left.
I wasn't in the lefternmost. No,
and then it's this exit too.
But yeah. We're driving back to Heavy Seas, the scene of the crime from a couple weeks ago for us.
Love Heavy Seas, too. Love Heavy Seas. Love Stephen Baxley. Love Steve Tracy.
Great guy. Actually, you know what we haven't talked about on the podcast is our journey to New Jersey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This was
wow.
This was actually pretty much exactly a month ago. It'll be one day shy of a month when this episode comes out.
That's right.
But Parker and I and our good friend Caleb Brookhart, who just got engaged
yesterday.
Congratulations.
One of, no lie, Lauren and Caleb, should I give their full names and addresses out, too, on the show?
Maybe, yeah.
They've been dating for, 10 years now or
It's like 8, yeah.
8. And so they've been, I don't know, they've been one of my favorite couples, since I met them, too. They're very good for each other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're good folk.
They're good folk.
Good folk.
Good for each other. So we're very happy for our friend Caleb.
Right.
Incredibly happy. for him. So congrats to him.
Yeah.
We went up to New Jersey.
We went up.
Our film got accepted into the film festival.
Yeah. In case, we talked about this on the podcast, but in case you didn't hear that episode, we made something that got into Kevin Smith's 37-hour film festival.
How many people did we beat out to? So it was 37 films accepted, and what do they say? Over 150.
Yeah, it was like over 150. So that puts us, in the top 30% of everything that was. 20,
which
30%.
I feel like
that's pretty good.
That's very good.
Especially because we drive up there. It's a good drive. It's rainy. Caleb and I were very hypercritical.
No, it was not a good drive.
It's this one.
Yeah.
Caleb and I were hypercritical of Parker's driving skills.
It was
the whole drive up.
It was a lot of. It was a lot of, Parker, we're not going to criticize how you drive, and then immediately criticizing how I drove.
There was just a couple exits that felt a little fast.
Also, they got very mad at me because one of the things I do is that when I pass somebody, I speed up, right? And that is because, that is a technique I learned because of your blind spot. So if there's someone in your blind spot and you speed up, you're less likely to hit them.
Right, that does make sense.
And also driving the city, sometimes to pass somebody, you have to speed up a little bit. But they very much did not like the speeding up when I went to pass people.
It's a little nerve-wracking.
Or change lanes.
But yeah, so we drive up.
Not here. Keep going. Two more.
You're right.
Two more. This is like the worst potholes are right here too, every single fucking time. Your car wasn't that bad with the potholes. Mine are fucking awful. One more, I think. One more.
Yeah. It's where the.
Or maybe this is where the fucking potholes get me every time. You did a good job avoiding them.
But anyway, so we drove up to New Jersey.
Right.
A mystical drive. There we saw some of the craziest houses we've seen in our entire lives.
Oh my god! When we finally got
houses,
there.
however big you guys are thinking, listening at home right now, triple it. Massive.
Yes. The craziest one was there was one that had a road going through the house.
Yeah, they had like this big ass archway. But yeah, we get up there and maybe we'll save this for the next podcast. This is what we'll start off with.
Yeah.
No parking. What am I, a fucking nerd? All right, this has been the Drive Time Podcast. I'm Alfred Barnes.
And I'm Parker Brown. Have a good one.